channel and another video. In today's video, we are going to talk about linear programming, and for the first time, I'm setting a like target of 5 likes for the exclusive PDF. Let's get started. So these are the very basics of linear programming, the simple signs. So x, this means x is less than 4. So it can be 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 10, maybe minus 5.5 also. Now this means y is greater than 7, means 8, 10, 1000, 2000, anything. This means z is less than or equal to 10. That means it can be 1, 0, 10, minus 10, anything. And this means a is greater than or equal to 3. So it can be 3, 5, 10, 20, anything. So yeah, these are the basics which you should know. If not, then you may check it down, right? So let's get into linear programming. So it's solving inequalities graphically. Now what is an inequality? I will give an example, maybe. Okay. This is an inequality. Alright, this is an inequality. So in linear programming is used for obtaining the most optimal solution from a problem with given constraints. In linear programming, we formulate a real-life problem into mathematical model, and it involves object-to-function linear inequalities with subject to constraints. So now, I will give you an example. For example, I want to bake a cake. So there are some constraints. I have to use 100 grams of maybe flour, 500 grams of maybe not 500, let's say 50 grams. 50 grams of maybe baking powder, 50 grams of sugar. Okay, so these are just 3 simple constraints for making a cake. So I have to build with these this ratio, or maybe from these quantity of ingredients, 1 kg cake. So what would be the best thing? These are the minimum values. For example, let's say this is the maximum value of flour you can use. It's the maximum value, and these are the minimum value you can use. So according to your taste you can change. So now what is the best value for 1 kg? Like this, in which ratio it will be best? You won't understand right now perfectly, but as in when we see something you will get to know. Let's move on. So graphical presentation of inequalities. So we have to represent inequalities graphically. So here is an inequality. I also gave an example before. Here is another simple inequality. So identify the region and always shading the unwanted region. It is very important. This line is extremely important. Good. And obviously this is the inequality I told you earlier also. So let's go ahead. An example. So graphically represent y is greater than or equal to 2. So we have to graphically represent this thing. So there are a few steps. So first, convert the inequality to the equation. This inequality, the equation will be y equals to 2. Then we have to plot the graph of this equation. So I have plotted here y equals to 2. And finally identify the region. How you will identify the region? You have to take any random point. Okay, so I will take the easiest one, this 0, 0, 0, 0. Here you will not get, but as and when we move on, we do tough equations, or let's say inequalities, you will get to know what these are. Okay, so 0 0, so you take 0. 0 is greater than or equal to 2. Is this true? No. This is false. That means 0 0 lies in the unwanted region. That means you have to state this region. So as you must have seen ahead in the video also, I told you have to shade the unwanted region always. Cool. And this is the required region, all this value. You may check also with any of the value. Let's say we take maybe this value, which may be 2 comma 6. So 6 is greater than or equal to 2. I'm putting my own sound effects. Let's see another example. This is with x. X is greater than or equal to 5. Same steps. You have to first convert it to the equation. The equation is x equals to 2. Then plot it and then identify the given region. This is easiest. 0 comma 0. So I am using again this. So 0 comma 0. So again 0 is over here. Is greater than or equal to 5. This is a false. So yes, this lies in the unwanted region. So you have to shade this part. Everything on left of this. Left of this. Just see, you are shading left of it. Let's move on. Cool? Easy. Now there is another concept to it, another phase to it. If it is less, it's only less than or only greater than, then you have to draw dotted lines. It was in the previous example you saw, it was x greater than or equal to 5. But here, if it is only greater than, you see here, sorry, I can't see. Okay, yeah, you can see here is just greater than. That means x cannot be equal to 5. So you have to draw dotted lines like this. Same thing. Other steps remain the same. Similarly, for even y, you may have to draw maybe this. I guess it was y. And don't forget to write this thing, okay? The equation you have to write. Okay, so this maybe y greater than 2. Okay, this is the required part. Don't forget. So conclusion. So after seeing this, vertical lines. That means vertical lines are this. Okay. So I'll just draw for you. The vertical lines, that means x equals to something. Maybe let's say x equals to something. Region right equals to greater. Okay, we just saw, I was telling you, left was shaded. Okay, so right is greater, left is lesser, ln. So you may take this into pointer. So there is something with you which you must be remembering. That may be this thing. And for horizontal lines, a region above is greater and below is lesser. Cool. You might check it out also. Let's say this line is y equals to, okay, sorry, not y equals to, we'll say y is greater than or equal to 2. So this all will be greater than 2, this all will be less than 2. Simple, easy. And this is another thing to remember, that for greater than or equal to or less than and equal to, we draw bold lines, and for just greater than or less than, we just draw dotted lines. So yes guys, it was a very short video probably. So yes, thanks for watching the entire video. Again, 5 likes On this video I will be sharing the PDF of this presentation in the description below, so please make it reach. And in the next video we are going to talk about slant lines. If you don't know, good, you will get to know. If you know, then get excited about my explanation. And yes, please do subscribe, and you may watch other videos on the channel too. And yes, that's it. Thanks for watching.